Alright, this is video number 2 of a 3-video set where we are dividing decimals. First video we just had a single 1-digit divisor. This video and then the next one will have 2-digit divisors. As we discussed previously, we don't really change our division process. It really just comes down to what to do with that pesky decimal. Because we're still going to be doing whole number divisors, there's not going to be a whole lot we have to do with it. So most of this should be pretty familiar. Now I've tried to adjust the camera angle a little bit to give me a little bit more space, but I'm afraid I'm still going to have to do some shifting of the board as I go along. All right. So if you're following along with the companion assignment, we are going to start out at the top of the page and do the first 3. And we're going to start out with 40,142 and 52 hundredths divided by 99. Now when we're doing a 2-digit divisor, and 99 is a great one to start with. I didn't do that on purpose. These problems are randomly generated. This is a great one to start with, though, because one option that we have, which is a little bit time consuming, is that we can take our 2-digit divisor and we can do the multiples out to the side. All right, so we can say, hey, 9 times 1 is 99, and 9 times 2 is 198, and 9 times 3 is, and so on and so forth, and actually do those computations. That can become a little bit time consuming. The other option we have is we can estimate, we can round. And so what we do here is we say, okay, 99 is really close to 100, like literally one number away. So this would round to 100. So it's a lot easier, at least for most people, to say, okay, how many times does 100 go into something, as opposed to thinking about the multiples of 99. All right, so here we go. Again, we're gonna just kind of ignore the decimal for now. We're gonna do the computations, and then we're gonna come back and take care of the decimal at the end. All right, so 99 will go into 4. Nope. 40. Nope. 401. Yes. So 9 will go into 401 4 times because 100 goes into 400 4 times. All right. Then we have to do the multiplication off to the side. 9 times 4 is 36. Carry my 3. 9 times 4 is 36 plus 3 is 39. So we end up with 396. And so we end up with 5 as our remainder. Pull down the 4. 99 will not go into 54. So because of that, we're just going to put a 0 here. Now, if you haven't done a lot of division, my advice would be just continue with the process as you normally would. All right, 0 times 99 is 0. We're going to do our subtraction. Of course, we're going to get 54 because we didn't take anything away from 54. And then we're going to pull our 2 down. This part, though, is not really necessary. What you could do is just pull the 2 directly and put it right there, and then continue on. But I wouldn't do that if you're not real comfortable with division, because we want to get really comfortable with our long division steps. So for now, put your 0, multiply by 99, put the 0 down here, and then pull the 2 down. That way we can just kind of see the flow of our steps. All right, 99 will go into 54 5 times, and again, because I'm estimating kind of in my head, okay, 99 is close to 100, 100 will go into 542 only 5 times. All right, then we're going to do our multiplication off to the side. 9 times 5 is 45. Oop. 5, not 4. 45, carry my 4. 9 times 5 is 45 plus 4 is 49. So we end up with 495. Do our subtraction. I know this is getting a little bit hard to see. My marker's a little bit fat and it's hard to write small. Alright, then I'm going to pull down my next number, which is my 5. 99 will go into 475 4 times. And again, because I'm estimating that 99 is close to 100, So 100 will go into 475 only 4 times. Now, thankfully, I've already done the multiplication for this, so I can just write this number down. I'm going to shift up a little bit. 15 minus 6 is 9. 16 minus 9 is 7. 3 minus 3 is 0. Pull down my last number. And there's a 2. Now, as stated in the previous video, all of these practice problems will not have a remainder. So when I get to this point, whatever I do as my multiplication off to the side should give me this number. Now, remember, we're estimating that this is 100, rounding it to 100. This, if we rounded, would be very close to 800. In fact, it's only 8 away from 800. So we're going to guess 8 on this. And remember, we said we had no remainder. We're not going to get a remainder. So if we multiply 99 times 8, we should get 792. All right. So 9 times 8 is 72. Carry the 7. 9 times 8 is 72 again, plus 7 is 79. And so we do get 792. And so we end up with no remainder. Now, our last step is we've got to do something with the decimal. And thankfully, because we divided with the whole number, all we need to do is just shift that little guy right up there. And our answer is 405 and 48 hundredths. All right, on to number 2. Number 2 is going to be a little bit less computation, a little bit smaller problem. So we've got 71 and 12 hundredths divided by 56. Now 56 we're going to estimate to be pretty close to 60. So that should help us. I'm going to actually drop that bar down a little bit. It's going to be kind of scrunched up next to my title. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to erase the title. We don't need it anymore anyway. If you haven't figured it out by now, we're dividing decimals. So, all right, here we go. All right, so 56, or roughly 60, into 7, nope. Into 71, yes. You can go 1 time. 1 times 56 is 56. Do my subtraction. Up with 15, pull down my 1. Now this is where the estimation we have to be very careful on. So 56 we said rounds up to 60. All right, 60, if we think about our factors of 60, they're really just factors of 6 with a 0 on the end. So we've got 6, 12, 18, so the fact for 6. For 60, we're just going to add a 0. So we'll have 60, 120, 180. So looking at that, looks like 2 is going to be our best bet. I'm going to erase that because I need the workspace. All right, so 56 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry my 1. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. Minus 2 is 9. 4 minus 1 is 3. Pull down my 2. Now, as I stated previously, we're going to get whole numbers on our answers. All right, so maybe I shouldn't have erased those factors of 60. Now, let's put them off over here to the side. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. So if I put zeros here, here's my factors of 60. So it's going to be somewhere in here. Now, because 60 is less than 56, if I multiply 56 by these factors, my answer is going to be a little bit smaller. And let me show you what I mean by that. So here we've got 120 as a factor of 60. When I multiply 56 by 2, I get 112. So 112 is a little bit smaller than 120. Well, that gap is going to get bigger the more we go up. So 6 might be a good choice, but since we know we're going to get a whole number answer, let's go up and try by 7. So let's just try 7. We can always erase it if it's not correct. So let's multiply 56 by 7 and see what we get. All right, so 6 times 2 gives me 42. Carry my 4. 7 times 5 is 35. Plus 4 is 39. So we do get 392. So I get 0 remainder. Last step, got to do something with this decimal. And we're just going to line it up, put it right there up top with our answer. Okay, last problem. A little bit more computation than the last one, but not quite as much as that first one. 4,174 and 84 hundredths divided by 58. So once again, we're going to be dealing with factors of 60. So I think what I'm going to do, just to make this easy, I'm going to go ahead and write my factors of 60 off to the side. And remember, for factors of 60, it's really just factors of 6's without the 0. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. And then I'll just add a 0. And there's my factors of 60. And this will give me, hopefully, this will give me what number I need to use for these. Alright, so 58 into 4, nope. 58 into 41, nope. 58 into 417, yep. Alright, so looking here, looks like 420 is going to be our best bet. So we're going to do 58 times 7. And again, because 58 is a little bit smaller than 60, my number is going to be less than 420. So we should be okay, because I know 417 is less than 420, but when we do this multiplication, it should be less. All right, 8 times 7 gives me 56, carry my 5. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 5 is 40, so I end up with 406. 7 times 6 is 1, 1 minus 0 is 1, 4 minus 4 is nothing. Pull down my 4. So here, and that's really close. Let's just do 1 for now, and we'll do our subtraction and we'll see. Because we may have to go back and change something, but let's try this first. All right, 14 minus 8 gives me 6. And this is 10 minus 5 gives me 5. So it was under, but just barely. I mean, it was just a difference of 2. So very, very close. All right, pull down my 8. 540. Absolutely. So let's multiply by 9. 58 times 9. So you guys see what I'm doing here is I'm looking at my estimates, looking at my factors of 60, because that's my estimate that's really close to 58, and I'm just seeing which number is closest. So here we've got 568, so 540 would be 60 times 9, so that's why I'm using 9. It just kind of gives me a place to start. That way I don't have to multiply 58 by 1 through 9. That would be so obnoxious. All right, 9 times 8, 72. Carry my 7. 9 times 5, 45. Plus 2 is 52. So it's going to give me 522. 8 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 4. No regrouping on that subtraction. I like that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go with 8, because we've done 7. We've done 58 times 7, which is 406. That's not going to be enough. We've done 58 times 9. That's going to be way too much. So let's go with 8. 58 times 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Carry my 6. 8 times 5 is... No. Yeah, 8 times 8. Oh, I'm such a dork. Everybody see what Mr. Beckwith did wrong? It's like, that can't be right. This is a 4, not a 6. I'm not really sure why I did that. Hey, even teachers make mistakes sometimes. And look, you've got it on video, and it's on the internet, so that's awesome. All right, 8 times 8 is 64. Carry my 6. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 6 gives me 46. 464, so I'm going to get no remainder. Last step, need to do something with this decimal. So it's just going to shoot right up there.